Hey guys, how's it going? I am really sorry for the lack of communication, especially skipping the last live stream. I haven't even posted anything since then because lots of things coming up, lots of work to do, pressure pre-Christmas time. I got projects to complete for a customer who is still waiting for some of his miniatures to be painted. I got a project to complete for my sponsor from the USA who's been extremely grateful and, well, I mean, generous and helpful. For me to be able to kick off my stuff. So, yeah, lots of things to do on the priorities. And of course, some of them I'll try to cover in the videos too. The promised rant video will come after Christmas because let's just say let's let the person, whoever you think that is, because like I said, I'm not going to be commenting on who I'm going to be responding to, but I'll give that person a time to have a good Christmas, and after that we'll get into it. In any case, let's get to this topic. Here we have more portion of some resin kits. This time I've just picked out some from the Facebook groups, mainly in uh, 1 to 20 and in 1 to 10 scale, as usual. So this is a Dinochirus skeleton. It comes in 8 parts together, altogether length 55 centimeters. And do we have the price? Yes, we have the price. So the white resin version, 180 US dollars. So it's up to yourself whether you think it's worth the price or not. I can't really comment. I personally am not considering getting myself a mini skeleton of a dino yet. I prefer actually fully fleshed out model kits, at the moment at least. So, um, but I don't think it's a bad price. I mean, it could be better, maybe. But then again, it's a tricky sculpt. So let's look at it quickly. See, it's very nicely detailed overall. I don't know if, of course, it's got every bone present. Maybe not. Maybe some of them might have been maybe excluded just for the technical reasons due to the complications. But you guys can obviously use this to compare it to the actual skeletal of the Dinochirus, and that's the unassembled version. That's how it comes apparently. So you see quite a lot of fragile, thin parts. I'd say it's quite nice. So yeah, I'd say 180 is not too bad. It could be better, but it's not bad. Now let's move to the next one. Same idea, young Juanosaurus. This one is a bit cheaper, it's 150, and it's slightly shorter as well. So we've got a painted version with a base and everything, and we've got a white resin version. So, well, again, not a bad attempt at making a skeletal, and if you guys are into this kind of stuff, then that's definitely a pretty decent choice. It's got a stand with a clear rod here, like a clear plastic probably, or resin. So very nice and easy. And obviously you can articulate the jaw different ways. I think it's not articulate, I think it's just meant to be either assembled. I mean, it could be articulated, I don't actually know. Does it say anything? Not really, does it? No, it doesn't say that. But we see from here that either it's articulated or it's just two versions of being able to assemble it with an open mouth version and a closed mouth version. So, pretty good in my opinion. Now let's move on to the next one. That's a Malawisaurus, also 1 to 20 scale. That's a full-on resin kit. And the price for that one, they're asking for 264 US dollars, and we're talking total length of 80 centimeters, so it's pretty big actually. And I think it's a pretty decent price for that size too for a sauropod. Let's have a look at it. So you can see the seams are right here, that's where the separations are between the parts. Quite obvious as far as I'm concerned. So once you obviously build this and once you paint it, it's gonna be hardly visible. It's got a little thing over here. It's just part of the base, I guess, for the diorama purposes that they've made. And yeah, overall very nicely detailed kit in my opinion. And perhaps I'm thinking that maybe the face is a bit too shrink wrapped. It seems that still shrink wrapped skulls is a bit of a problem a lot for dinosaur model kit makers. It's got a seam line from here, so it must have grabbed the parts of the mold, probably, or was it a paint? I don't understand what that is, to be honest, but yeah, we see there's pink seam lines here going on as well. Whatever that is, but in any case, good kit overall. So I think for a price like that, and for the size as well, it's pretty decent. Now, this is an interesting one. You also have resin versions of two different typesets, 1 to 35 and 1 to 20 of the Stegodon. And we have here the 1 to 20 size, which is $190, and I think it's definitely going to be a good one. I personally think that's 100% recommended. Especially, well, 1 to 35 is a nice one as well, but I personally would say go bigger because it will, I mean, of course, if you collect 1 to 35 scale only, then go for 1 to 35. But if you collect 1 to 20, of course, go to 1 to 20. But again, for me, the bigger the better. And I would say, personally, if it were 1 to 10, that would have been even better. But, oh well. In any case, it's a very nice kit, both versions, so highly recommended and good price as well. Now let's look at this one here. So we've got each individual one in, so that means each of these four separately is available for $140, and it's a 1 to 20 scale as well. Different marine reptiles here. Now you can get a whole set for $504. So what does for the resin, obviously. Now what that means is, if we quickly go here, and if we do the maths, you're saving yourself $56 basically if you get a set. So if you get all four of these, whether you want it painted or not, like basically if you want a painted set, of course you have to save up to 1,070 bucks. That's quite a lot, but for $504 it's not too much if you want to try to build and paint it yourself. And that's quite nice deal and quite interesting choice of style for the water that they've chosen here as well. And overall very nicely done kits for 1 to 20 scale. I think it's pretty cool. So let's move on to the next one. And we've got Tuajangosaurus. Tuajangosaurus multispinus, or multispinus probably, but in Latin it would be multispinus, I think. So we've got $250 for that. Do we, does it come, yeah, here, that's very interesting. Does it come as a, probably comes as an unbuilt and unfinished product, right? Or no, it's finished one. So the unfinished resin kit would probably be cheaper. Let's actually try to find the unfinished one, because I personally like to look at the kits themselves, and I prefer to paint my own models personally, so let's see. And there we go. 132 USD. There we go. That's the price for the kit. So these are the pictures of the white or gray scale. We've got some seam lines here. The only thing I have a question about is whether or not Tuajangosaurus has evidence of preserving these side spikes or not. But there's something interesting you can do if you want to kind of be a bit pro-hobbyist, basically. If there is no evidence and you decide that you don't want to have them, you can just completely discard them, and you can sculpt the area on top to continue this pattern. And this will basically give you a different version of a Tuajangosaurus. So there is that basically. And I think it's a very good price overall. 132 USD for a 1 to 20 kit set. Definitely good. Now we've got to, now going up in size, we have a 1 to 10 size City Party. This is a painted version, so we're gonna be looking at that. It's nicely painted as well, really nice one. I think, by the way, I think this guy who painted this, as a matter of fact, he purchased an Oviraptor from me as well. So well done on this one, really good stuff. And as you can see, it's an overall very nice model, and if you guys are into Miniraptorans or Oviraptors, whatever, yeah, probably not a bad idea to get one. Does it say? The only thing is it doesn't say how much it is. Okay, so I can't actually pass a judgment on whether it's worth it or not. But let's actually see. This is the artist. He's in my friends as well. Speaking of which, that's interesting. Let's quickly go on his page and see if we can find any pictures. Yeah, we do have some pictures. So let's actually see what he's got. Oh, there's a T-Rex. Wow. I should have really prepared better for this, haven't I? Because this is interesting. He's got some. It's a 1:35. So let's actually see if it's split into the albums, maybe. Or maybe not. Okay, never mind. In any case, you can definitely go here and just browse through all of these things. Oh no, it's not a T-Rex, is it? Can't be a T-Rex. Why did I say it was a T-Rex then? Yeah, it's not a T-Rex, obviously. That's something else. It's definitely something else. Right, so yeah, we've got tons of... Yeah, that's his model right here. And that's a grayscale version. It's more versions of this model. I've got some other stuff as well. Yeah, I'll include all the links anyway, so you can have a look for yourselves. Well, there's some pop culture stuff. I don't like pop culture stuff, sorry, not my thing. I mean, it's not that it's a bad thing, there's cool stuff about it, but it's just not my cup of tea. In any case, I'll include all the links in the profile, in the description, so you can definitely view them yourself. So let's move on to the next one. Now this is where it gets interesting, and this is what I would personally want to do, and there is a reason why. So it's a Pteranodon longiceps, and it's a $180 US, 1 to 10 scale. I think this is a good price. It's 57 centimeters wingspan. I think it's a pretty decent price. And here's, let's see what's actually included in that kit. What do we have? We have this, right, we've got this base here. We've got the more detailed view on it. That's the fish basically coming out of water. Pretty good, in my opinion. Now, there's something interesting about it, that it can be combined with other kits from this series of Pterosauria, although I think that all of these animals are from different periods. I don't know about these two. I know that they're from different locations, all of them. I don't know about these two, we will get to them in a second, but I think they are from different periods. But in any case, it's a very nice kit. I think it's going to be fun to build and paint. As you can see, he details the process of how he does them, which is very awesome. I am personally very happy with how he is approaching it. That's kind of how I did it as well, actually, on my Thalassadromius, which is still a work in progress, and I need to hurry it, because I've just got so many things to do, like I said before, so one person, many projects. Let's look at this piece. So it's, yes, not fully built wings, but you can see what it's going to be looking like in general, and of course, that's what it looks like next to a Pepsi can when it's fully built. But the question is whether or not the resin can be purchased for the water as a clear resin, and you could maybe paint the bottom in blue, and that could maybe give you a nice gradient of color. So we could always ask, right? We could always find out. There's gotta be a way. I'm pretty sure there is a way to, well, I mean, if it is still available, there's definitely gonna be a way to get that. If it's available, if there is an option, it should be available. But I'm definitely gonna be getting it because I plan to do Pteranodon longiceps with a Hesperornis regalis, but they will be on a shoreline, on a coast, with a Pteranodon guarding its fish from a pair of Hesperornis. So this Pteranodon, while in the sea hunting for fishing, you know, then you have the other one. So you could actually have a diorama together, you know, if you want to put them together or just do photographic, some photorealistic images maybe. Then we've got next one, the Genianopterus, also 1 to 10 scale. Awesome sauce. I am generally happy with $110 for this. Again, I still think it could be done cheaper. I don't think it's. I mean, I would say I would give it for like maybe 95. Don't think that 110 is kind of. I don't know. It depends. It really depends. It's not. I mean, it depends what's included. Let's actually see what's included first, and then we will make a final judgment. Okay, let's not be hasty here. So it appears to me that we have what is this? So we have two of them. Okay, so that's two of them, and they are. Is that a cliff, like a nest or a cliff or something here? And there's a bit of water here that's hitting the rock. I think, you know what, I think it's actually good. 110 is definitely good now. I changed my mind, sorry about what I said earlier on. Yeah, definitely, definitely. I'm getting that for sure. So let's get a sneak peek at the face. Here you are. So once painted, it's gonna look even more magnificent. And let's, sorry about the background noise, just people talking there. So let's look at this one. You see how it can be painted to look really, really gorgeous. And we've got next one, the Thalassadromius. That's gonna go well with my planned Thalassadromius, although I don't intend to make the crest quite as chunky like this, because I think that's just how it was found. But there were some restorations depicting it that there were pieces from it maybe missing. So I will try to do something in between so that you can get both kits, both mine and this guy's kit, and you can also do some photorealistic, diorama images if you wanted to do that, because mine is going to be the same scale but slightly different pose. Also walk pose, but tilted at a different angle. So there's going to be a nice way to kind of combine this. A good excuse for you to get both kits, basically. And 120 USD is a good price, in my opinion, for this kit. And the last one, it's Titanus Valeri. Titanus is a terror bird, as you can see here, and we've got open and closed mouth versions available for the head, whichever one you would like. 160 USD. I think it's a good price personally. Now, why is the shipping so expensive? I don't know. I will have to ask. Maybe it's not as expensive for the UK and European customers. Maybe this is for the US, for the USA customers. But I don't know. I don't know. We have to ask. We will have to ask the artist. Luckily, these kits that I've just shown here, they're all from the same artist. So if you save up a lot of money and you can just get them all in one chunk, maybe he can even do a discount postage, which usually is the common practice. I would imagine it's a common practice. I would personally do that. Like, of course, you would still increase the price overall for the weight, but you save more money by sending one package than you would multiple packages of an equivalent combined weight. Does that make sense? So, that's what it looks like here. We've got some. I think it's either a sculpted or it's a resin version. I'm not sure. I think it could be both, really, either way. But it's a nice. I think it's a sculpture itself. It's a very nice model. I'm very happy with how it turned out. So I would definitely get it. I don't know if I would get an open version or a closed mouth version. Either of them actually would be good enough for me. I could even get both. Maybe I could ask him to include both, and I could magnetize the head. That's what I would probably do. Yeah, we will find out. We'll find out. In any case, that's my list of kits. I hope you enjoyed the video. I will include all the links to these groups and artists, individual ones as well, wherever appropriate. And you can have a look for yourself and maybe, I don't know, grab some. And then when you do and you do paint them, you can share them with me as well. And you can post them into this group here. So if you want to also find, so here's. So this is my group, I mean my page for the channel. You will know it from my front page anyway. So that's where I am. This is the picture, by the way, of my kit that was purchased and done by customers. And this is by Paul, specifically Paul Saddington. Well done, Paul. I'm proud of you. And this is the Polio World Creative Corner. Let's quickly do this. Oh, sorry, press the wrong button. Oh, interesting. That's interesting. Okay, I'll wait. I'll wait for that later, so we don't need to. But yeah, Paleo World Creative Corner is a group that is run by myself and various other people, and we, as you can see, oh, that's a nice one. I like that. And yeah, feel free to join this. Feel free to subscribe to this group as well. This is my dedicated channel group, and specifically mostly with artwork related stuff. And this is a creative corner group where people post their artwork, and you have some good people moderating and running this group as well alongside myself. Thanks for watching then, and I will speak to you guys later. I'll try to produce some more content in between to give you something to feast on, and we'll get to the juice of it probably either pre-Christmas or right after Christmas. Cheers!